Here, some ink wash flowers. So I just did one. Let's go do another one and see what this looks like. All right, here we go. So this is how I do some of my ink wash, for those of you who don't know. Look at that. That's simple. And we just go after it. Very, very simple. So this is a sumi brush. For those of you who may be wondering what this is, it's a little sumi brush. And the whole thing is meant to be fearless, right? To be fearless with the brush. It's not, yeah, this is not about prettiness. This is about being fearless with the brush. This is slightly different than maybe what you guys have seen me do with oils. So I'm going to get one more. Pour some more ink. So I buy inks in this bigger tubes, and of course I do them because I do quite a bit, right? That's simple. You're done with one and then you move to the other one. Is ink harder to work with? No, it's very easy to work with. There's really, the thing about ink is that it'll show very quick if you're an artist who doesn't have practice. It'll show very quick, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. It's just you'll attract a different buyer. That's all it means. there's buyers in different tiers. There's buyers who are attracted to work that is more advanced, and there's buyers who are attracted to work, that is not so advanced. And ink wash is one of those things that it'll show very quick whether you are a fearless artist or not. And that's the only difficulty of ink wash. Ink wash usually shows how many years you've been doing it too. It tends to show very quick if you it tends to show if you are new to it or you've been at it. Warner says paint some man. Does it fade? Not this one. No. If you use stuff that is not professional, it'll fade. But if you use professional stuff, it won't. Higgins and India ink, it's not gonna fade on you. And if it fades, it probably looks really nice once it fades. So Warner says paint some people. So some of the people that I've done is like this, right?
A majority of the messages are from one person, the person that wants a commission.
Okay, I'll get back to it. But I've been in the flower. So the thing about it's painting. You're actually imagining the negative space or the light space when you're painting with ink. It's almost like working with stencils. You're imagining the light. You have to allow for the light to exist. Let's see. I like to paint this operation type of things. Very simple. Do you ever let the ink run? I do, but most of the time, if you let the ink run, what ends up happening is that I slow down. Why? Because I have to paint. I have to paint. What do they call them? I would have to paint in a way that I have to raise it, and so that's why I don't do it like that. So in other words, I would have to get a lot of water, do this, and then do this, right? I don't like to do it because I start making a mess. And, you know, it looks cool. It looks cool, but it slows the hell out of me. See? Is that cool or what? Yeah, let's do another one like that. That way, people seem to like that stuff too. It's got nothing to do with. There you go. And there's other things you can do too, which I don't necessarily go into here. But there's other things you can do. There's also all sorts of things you can do with ink. There's all sorts of things you can do with ink. This is not what I do. I'm very minimalist. Ink workers that just do ink, they redact a lot. They redact. They paint, they draw, they watercolor, they let that dry. They come back with ink, and then they paint with a glaze of very light white, maybe gesso, very very light. They kind of just scrub over it, and then they come back with pencil, and then they keep redacting and keep painting it, and all of a sudden you have this image that looks extremely three-dimensional, even though it's very rich, lots of layers, even though it's just it looks a very faded ink thing. I don't do that. I don't do that. My inks are very very simple, and I keep it very simple. My thing is the immediate. That's my thing. My thing is the immediate. I'm not. I don't get stuck in a lot of technique. There you go. Sorry, mija, for all that.
Okay.
One of the things that I do is that I work in series, you know, lots of series. For example, if I'm doing flowers, I won't do like one or two flowers. If I'm gonna do flowers, I start doing something like 100 flowers or so. And there's a reason for that too, because the first 2-3 flowers that you do are gonna be very stiff and shitty. And it's not until you start working more and more that you start really loosening it up. And then there's days that I just pick horses, you know. I'll pick horses, or I'll pick whatever's in my mind. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's just people. I like this type of flower, the lots of petals. What is it called? Peony. I like peonies. There, you know, if you need a reference for this, like, you need a different career. You need to get a different career. You're in the you're in the wrong career if you need references for this. Because people ask me for reference. Where's your reference for that portrait? I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong place. This is so simple. It's extremely. It should be in your mind. This stuff should be in your mind. Look at it. Let's do another one. Andy. Andy. Andy didn't work. I work. Andy was. I don't know what the hell Andy was doing. Andy was marketing. Andy was getting someone else to to do his screen printing and whatnot. I'm working. See, Andy didn't spend time doing this. Andy, I don't know what the hell Andy was doing, buying wigs or something. I don't know. Oh, let's do series, but the series need to be out of work. There's nothing wrong with series as long as you, as an artist, you're creating them. Look at that. Look how simple that is. You know, and you do a few of them. You do a few of them, you know. Like, look, you do a few of them. You want to do a few of them. Let me show you. I got some up here, drawing. I got some right there. There's Sonic. You want to do a few of them. I mean, you don't have to, but. Boom. Some people are probably like, what the hell is Jose doing? So you're painting the space, but you're also painting the negative space. Something like that. The negative space is just as important as the space. It's like music, you know. It can't all be this. It can't all be notes. There's got to be space between the notes. So consider this notes, right? These are the notes. These are little notes, but the space of the notes is what makes the music. If you're not considering the space, there's no music. There's only sound. Sorry. Do you have a fountain pen? I do. I actually have a really good pen that I use also, a very small pen. This is a Sumi brush, but I usually use a for very small work. I use a very nice Japanese brush. It's a brush pen. Boom. Minimalism. Alright guys, so there it is. Just wanted to show you a little bit of that. I gotta get to do some other work. Stay well, stay sophisticated, kick some butt. How's it going? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.